Hello, I am Deanna Blackman, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings, and I'm here today to quickly demonstrate to you a new method that I have found for using my double-sided paper. So let's get started with this. I have my card base is 8.5 by 5.5, creased, scored and creased at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of designer series paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I also have a piece of cardstock that I forgot to get out that is also 4 by 5 1/4. So there we go. And a sentiment to go on the front. That's all it takes to make this card. So let's get started on cutting. All we're going to do is cut 1 inch off of the designer series paper. Cut 1 inch off of it, and now we're going to cut 1 inch off of one of the ends of our card base. I think that my cutter needs a new blade because it ends up looking kind of ragged, and so I kind of fix that by running my fingernail along it, but I can tell that I'm going to have to get a new cutting blade. Let me trim this just a tiny bit. Should have done that beforehand. All right. We're also going to take this piece and score it at about 3 inches. And this will create our flap. These are 2 samples that I have made using the Ornate Garden series, designer series paper. And you can see when they open up, you have space inside to write your note. So the first thing we're going to do is decide which paper we're going to use on the edge here and which paper on the front. And I think I'm going to use this side for the larger piece and this side for the strip inside. So let's do that. Let me adhere this piece to the edge of my white cardstock, my Whisper White, and it goes flush right up against the edge. And then we'll take this piece and I'm going to use the short side on the front. Yeah. And we're going to attach it to the back of this piece before we put it down inside the card. So let me just put some adhesive on that. None of my adhesive is working tonight. Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to kind of center that and leave the edge hanging over just a little bit. And now we're ready to put this down on the inside of the card. So let me get adhesive on the back. And we're ready to put this down. Okay. I'm going to do it right side up for me and then turn it around for you. Right there. So here we are so far. And now it's time to put our Designer Series paper on the front. This is such an easy card to make. Now I'm going to center it on the front. There we go. And the last thing we'll do is put our sentiment on, which I have already die cut with the Ornate Frames dies, and I stamped it from the Peaceful Moments stamp set. I just stamped thank you on it, and I added flowers from the Boho Indigo set just to add a little more interest to it. And I popped the flowers up. So now I'm just going to take my adhesive and come along here and attach this. There we go. And there is our card. I'm going to go over the edges again with my bone folder to score them. This one's a little tricky now that I've got this on here. There we go. All right. And there is our beautiful card. By the way, this pattern paper is from Peony Garden. So there are 3 different cards, 3 different sentiments, and you can use this on the inside and this on the outside for another card. And so go have fun. Enjoy your pattern paper. Thanks for stopping by.